Beneath the stone terracing and steep moorland of Huddersfield lies tales a lot darker and older than time, from the devil himself leaping across the valleys to the Horseman with the ghostly sightings. This is the eerie tales from Huddersfield.
Welcome to Mysterious Lore. The Black Dog of Castle Hill.
Here on Castle Hill, overlooking the town of Huddersfield. We could do a whole episode just here, there's that many different stories, but the first story of the day is of the Barguest, or for people outside of Yorkshire, the Black Dog. The Black Dog has been seen here and heard here many times howling in the wind. It's a huge black dog with burning eyes. The theory is if you hear it, something is going to happen. Either it's a warning against imminent danger or an impending doom. An old shepherd from the nearby village of Aldenbury was walking home one foggy night. Thick fog, and all he could see in front of him was a pair of red glowing eyes. He followed the eyes, thinking it was something that was leading him the way. He followed it, and as he was walking, the fog cleared up and he was stood right on the edge of the cliff. Another foot and he'd have fallen down. He turned round to look at what was causing the red eyes, and the hound had gone. People say if you hear the sound of a howl while you're up here, it's the Barguest looking out over the town of Huddersfield and making sure all is well.
The children of Atkinson Mill.
This is a story of Atkinson Mill, Colnbridge, just on the outskirts of Huddersfield. Huddersfield was known to have many mills. This story is about one during the time in the 1800s when mills were very busy. In 1818, there was a mill on these banks. There was one evening on the 14th of February 1918, the mill caught fire in the weaving room. Everybody escaped except for a group of children who were trapped upstairs in the mill. People tried to rescue them, couldn't get near, and unfortunately they perished in the fire. From that moment, they rebuilt the mill and workers would hear laughter of children running about the corridors. There was one night when a warden was working the mill and he heard noises from the cellar. He opened the door to find a group of children covered in soot huddled together in the cellar. He closed the door, he ran off and refused to return to the mill. Since then, the mill has been demolished, but people walking this path along the river have seen the ghostly figures and heard the children's laughter, especially on foggy mornings.
The ghostly sheet.
Some ghost stories are not tragic. Some are just plain weird. This story is a ghost in a sheet. In the 1850s, there was rumours of a ghost walking around here wearing a white sheet. Girls were too afraid to walk home at night, scared of the apparition. Rumours turned into ridicule, believing it was a prankster, but the sightings still happened. A man in a white shirt, a man in a sheet, all in this area. People reported seeing a pale face in the window. Others saw a half-naked man standing in the moonlight. The Hillhouse Ghost, it got nicknamed, but newspapers and folklore around here all made a mockery of the story. Even today still, people have been too scared to look into certain windows in the buildings around the area. There's some truth, or is it some far-fetched joke that's been passed down through the decades?
The Devil's Leap.
They say Castle Hill's been standing here, watching for thousands of years. Iron Age people built their fort up here, but the stories go back even further. Some locals whisper there are tunnels running deep beneath it, linking Aldenbury and Berry Brown. No one's ever found them, but on cold nights you can feel the air rising from cracks in the ground, like the hill is breathing. That's not even the strangest part. One old legend says that the devil himself once leapt onto a castle hill. Aye, you heard that right, the devil. The story goes he was resting over by Netherton Scar when the church bells at Aldenbury started to ring. He couldn't stand the sound of them ringing, pure and honest they say. So in fury, he took a mighty jump across the valley, landing right on top of Castle Hill. The force of it cracked the stone, left a mark still called the Devil's Footprint. Some say you can find it if you dare climb the hill alone at night. And then there's the other story, the one about the dragon. A young lad once found a secret staircase spiralling down the hill. At the bottom, he met an old woman, white as chalk, sitting beside a golden cradle. She told him to leave quick before the dragon that guarded it awoke. The boy ran, following the sound of his dog barking above. When he finally burst out into daylight, panting and terrified, the staircase was gone, and so was the dog. Maybe the devil and the dragon are just stories, but when the wind howls across the ridge, it sounds an awful like something still moving beneath the hill. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you've seen, give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you've been to any of these places and have your own experiences, or there's somewhere that you'd like us to go and tell a story of, leave it in the comments and we can have a look at it. Thank you.